Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Preston Field in Kansas City, Missouri. As our matchup tonight, the number 15 in the 8-10 varsity top 25 Blue Springs Wildcats have made the trip north to the north side of Kansas City to take on the Trojans of Park Hill, number 8 in the 8-10 varsity top 25 this week. Blue Springs in with a record of 5-3, 2-2 in the Suburban Gold. Meanwhile, Park Hill 6-2, 4-0 in the Suburban Gold, have clinched a share of the Suburban Gold Conference Championship, but with a win tonight can clinch it outright. A win tonight or a Raymore Peculiar loss can give them the conference championship. This is going to be a fantastic ball game. Blue Springs knocked off Park Hill last year down in Blue Springs 36-23. And so we'll take a quick glance. First of all, last week, Blue Springs beat Lee Summit West, and Staley knocked off these Park Hill Trojans 13-10. They were on a 4-game winning streak prior and were knocked off and lost that last week. And then we'll look at the districts quite quick. Blue Springs currently 4th place in Class 2 District 2, or Class 6 District 2. 4th place behind Troy, Holt, and Fort Zumwalt West. A win tonight can propel them up and over, maybe up and over Troy, and get them into the, right there in a top spot, or one of the top 3 spots in the district. Meanwhile, for Park Hill, they are in the meat grinder that you call Class 6 District 4. You look, they're currently sitting in 4th behind Raymore Peculiar and Liberty North. And we'll talk about that right quick. Liberty North 8-0. They have pretty much sealed up that number 1 seed in Class 6 District 4. Meanwhile, Ray-Pec and Park Hill tied right there, 2-3 spots. If they finish at 2-3, Park Hill will be the 2 seed.
Yeah, so, I mean, really, they're most likely going to finish with the 2nd seed in all likelihood. I mean, obviously, if the team below them, Ray-Pec, loses, then they go up there regardless. But like you said, with the tiebreaker, really the only way that they fall below 2, I believe, is if Blue Springs wins tonight and Ray-Pec wins, because then they would drop down to 4.
And Rockhurst.
Yeah, Rockhurst would then leapfrog up to 2. So it would go Liberty North, Rockhurst, Ray-Pec, and Park Hill. They would play Lee Summit North in the first round, who they beat right here 10-3 early on in the season.
That was our 8-10 varsity game of the week, and that was
it was a grinder.
It was 2 defenses that showed up to play that night, and yeah, Park Hill got just the 1 touchdown that they needed. But this district, like I was saying, is a meat grinder. Rockhurst at 5-3, they're in the 4th spot. And they were in the 7th spot before last week, and they got that win over CBC, which is, I mean, that's a huge win.
Yeah, especially for that Kansas City-St. Louis rivalry.
Exactly.
You know.
And then you keep going down. It's even more intriguing when you go down to the bottom. Lee Summit West, Lee Summit North, Lee Summit Liberty, all at 4-0 in that order currently. Lee Summit North would jump over Lee Summit West in the standings, depending on what goes on tonight, too. Tonight's going to be fun. You look all around the Kansas City area, both Missouri and Kansas side. You see big, massive matchups that could set up with big playoff implications. Yeah, I mean, you think just over on the Kansas side, you've got Blue Valley West taking on Blue Valley. As Blue Springs wins the toss and defers to the second half, Park Hill will have the football to start this ballgame. We will see the Park Hill offense that has struggled in quite a few games this year. Not really, They throw the football quite a bit. Much more effective throwing the football than they are running the football.
Well, which is weird because, I mean, you look at this, they only average, 16 points per game? I mean, you would think with a team that has such low scores and, type of the grind it out, you'd think that, they go to their tailbacks and their running backs a lot. But like you said, this offense kind of runs through Hall and the receiver starting with Jalen Noel. And if they're clicking, this offense is going to be clicking.
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned the dangerous Jalen Noel, who will be back to return the kick from Freddie Romero. Jalen Noel, that's how it will be said. Jalen Noel. And then in front of him as well, he's got Evan Samborski. And here, closest to me, I can't quite tell it. That is number 8, Mikey Miles.
Yeah, and all three of those guys are very dangerous. So
Mikey Miles, an outstanding senior linebacker who's got light interest around the area. And here we go. Freddie Romero to kick it away and get us underway from Park Hill High School. We are a go. Short kick will be here to the near side. That's P.J. Caldwell running to the near side now. He will be brought down the 35-yard line. Yeah. That's where Park Hill offense will take over. First down at 10, led by the junior quarterback, Anthony Hall, who is 96 of 202 passing for 1,219 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. That's where if you're Park Hill on offense, that's your key tonight. Don't turn the football over.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what they did last week. They had 3 turnovers against Staley. That was the difference in a 3-point game.
So here we go, Anthony Hall with his back next to him. That's Eric Carey getting the start. Eric Carey has 95 carries for 362, and he'll get the first run of the game and get about 3 yards on the play. Like I said, Eric Carey, 95 carries, 362 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The other back we will see is Darion Neal, 112 carries for 360, 2 touchdowns as well for him. But you're going to see a lot of Jalen Noel as well. He's going to get a lot of carries, a lot of just jet sweep action type
things.
And
I mean, when he's your biggest playmaker, you try to give him the ball however you can.
Going to fake and throw out to the far side, off the hands and incomplete. Looking for Evan Samborski. That's his second most popular target. He's got 23 catches for 244 and 2 scores. As you said, Jalen Noel, 33 catches for 531, 6 touchdowns, and his other receiver that he likes to throw to is P.J. Caldwell, 18 catches, 251, and a score. And so a 3rd down and 7 coming. Anthony Hall to
corners
throw.
Pressing.
Deep ball and way overthrows his man, Jalen Noel, and it's incomplete. On that far side, we haven't talked about the Blue Springs defense yet, but in coverage, their outstanding corner, Air Force commit, Stephen Black.
Yeah, and I mean, you can tell they have a lot of confidence in their secondary and their defensive backs. When it's 3rd and 7, an obvious passing situation, they take a deep shot, and they're pressing on that down. I mean, that really helps their defensive line, too, because, I mean, really, you can send more guys in to blitz when you know that your secondary is going to be there covering the whole time.
So 4th and 7, they're going to drop Anthony Hall back to punt. He'll boot it away. Wobbling kick here to the near side, out of bounds. Looks like they'll mark it. Ooh, not a great kick for Anthony Hall. They're kicking to Steph Black, and it's out at, it looks like, the 38-yard line. That's where Blue Springs takes over. First down and 10. We'll see this Blue Springs offense led by quarterback Dom Harkness.
Yeah, and last week they beat Lee Summit West, and they were really, I mean, they lost 2 straight games. So now not only can you beat the Titans last week, but if you pick up a big win against Park Hill, you build some momentum heading into the playoffs.
Harkness, 67 of 139 for 847, 13 scores, 6 picks. His lead running back is Quentin Fontenot, 114 and for 926 and 9 scores. And he'll take the first carry and have nowhere to go. Dropped for about a 3-yard loss. First carry for Fontenot. The other back they'll give a few carries to is Micah King. 50 carries, 326, 3 touchdowns. Top receiver Cooper Willick, 36 for 542 and 7 scores, and Xavier Lloyd 13 for 163 and 3 scores for this Blue Springs offense. And they're going to fake it, run here to the near side is Harkness. Going to throw a short pass, incomplete, looking for his big tight end, big 6'7" tight end, Devin George, and it's incomplete. So kind of a slow start for both offenses thus far, as we're just a minute and a half into this first quarter. And, it's already 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, and I think you're missing a lot more rollouts from Blue Springs tonight because they're rolling to the opposite side of Wilson, the Iowa State commit. They're going to try to get him as much time away from Wilson and Gore as they can and create some separation.
Exactly, and a low snap. Harkness looked to be on the ground. He throws it to the near side, or to the far side. It's going to look like another loss. Low snap that Harkness had to, it looked like he was just going to jump on it, and he gets up and tries to get rid of it, and he did. Loss of a yard to Fontenot. And punt formation for it's Freddie Romero to punt for the Wildcats.
And who would have thunk it? 2 struggling offenses go 3 and out on their first offensive possessions. 3 returnmen back there for Park Hill. They're going to have a chance to return this.
And the deep one is Jalen Knoll, and they're going to kick it away. It'll be to Knoll. The dangerous Jalen Knoll, who called a fair catch, and they will mark it at the 31-yard line. That's where the Park Hill offense will take over. 1st down and 10, led by Anthony Hall. They got 3 yards on that first drive, and that was it. Ended up punting away with Anthony Hall.
Yeah, so I think what you're going to see here, I wouldn't be surprised if they go to the air on 1st down because, like we said earlier, that's what they're best at. So if they go attacking on 1st down, try to pick up some yardage, then those 2nd, 3rd downs, those are going to be easier to pick up.
So here we go, Hall in the gun. 3 receivers here to the near side. And now they're waiting, and now they will whistle the ball into play.
A lot of press coverage here. 1 safety back there.
Samborski goes in motion, low snap, and it's going to be recovered.
Oh, Blue Springs might have got this.
It's recovered by the Wildcats.
Wow. And we were just talking last possession about turnovers, how costly they are for Park Hill. That was a deciding factor in a 3-point game against Staley, and that might be a deciding factor tonight. Already a big turnover, and now a struggling, at least, before last week, a struggling Blue Springs offense. They're going to have a chance to put some points on the board early on.
And here we go. 9:37 to play. Looked like Hall wasn't quite ready for that snap, so they're going to have to regroup on the sideline with the offensive line. Tanner Nelson with an early snap, and it didn't bode well. And now they're going to start with a handoff. Fontenot trying to string out to the near side. And there's Mikey Miles with the tackle. Stops Fontenot for a big loss. And, that's your stud linebacker, Mikey Miles, with the tackle in the backfield. And it'll be 2nd down and 19 coming for the Blue Springs offense.
Yeah, and watch where he is. He's lined up on the opposite side of the field. That means he had to come all the way from this side, or from that side, and make the play. That just shows you how explosive he is, and he's always going to get that chase down play. Great engine.
Now Harkness in the gun. Fontenot next to him. They're going to fake a handoff, roll to the left, and he's being chased, and he is sacked. Sacked by number 50, Vince Reichert. And that's a huge loss. So Blue Springs went from field goal range to no man's land in 2 plays.
Yeah, and he had 1 sack last week. He had the only Park Hill sack last week against Staley. So, this defense making up for their offense right now. But, like you said, out of field goal range, you have a chance to force another 3 and out right here.
That is sack number 3 on the year for Vince Reichert. And it's 3rd down and 25.
Only 3 down linemen here for Park Hill.
And timeout Blue Springs. Coach Donahoe wants to talk about this play with his offense, and we'll take a break with him. Be back after this on 810varsity.com.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started. Oh, yeah! Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Welcome back here at 810varsity.com. I'm Nate Kendall. He's Noah Bonner. 8:09 to play first quarter. Blue Springs with the ball at the 40.5-yard line of Park Hill following a turnover. A bad snap and a lost fumble for Park Hill, but they've got two big plays to start this drive. And now Harkness with two receivers to the far side. Fake it to Fontenot, roll out to the left. Going to throw it underneath.
Oh, nice play coming up. They're in the sub package here. Couldn't see if that was a dime or nickel, but you have all those defensive backs back there in those zone coverages, able to recognize that he's going to do a little check down and came up, made a great play. Now fourth down coming up, I believe, out of field goal range.
Carson Willich with the catch and short gain of 5. And so now you're looking at fourth down and 20. They're going to go for it to throw. Going to get rid of it over the middle. George makes the catch. Fighting for some extra yards. Ball's on the turf, and it looks like Park Hill's going to come up with a fumble.
I mean, I guess they were going to get the ball either way.
It doesn't really matter. They're going to get the ball in the same spot that they had it before. Ball was not out. Turnover on downs. George made a good catch. They kind of gave him a free release off the line, and Harkness made a really good throw over the middle to the 6'7" tight end, and he was about 8 yards short of that first down.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's just taking what the defense is giving you. They're in that big zone coverage there. Just attack the middle where the zones are not there. And, I mean, he had a chance, broke a tackle, but didn't get it.
Here we go. First down 10 from the 23. They're going to hand it off. They're running the far side. That is Darion Neal. They feed him a little bit more, but he's averaging about 3 yards a carry. Give him about 3 on the play. I noticed there before that play, they had Jalen Knoll split here in the slot, and they had Stephen Black over the top of him. They're going to
well bunched up here.
And now they're going to go, and Hall looking. Going to try to throw it over the middle or to the outside. Going to be caught, but out of bounds. Catch made by P.J. Caldwell, but it's incomplete. Third down, 7. Okay, make it 3rd and 8 for the Trojans with 7 minutes to play, first half. The first quarter, man.
Yeah.
No.
Once again, 3rd and long situation. They're playing press coverage right here. They have trust in their defensive backs. Last time they were in this, Park Hill took shot.
Throwback screen will be caught. Get upfield across 30. Across the 40, cuts back, will be pushed out of bounds across midfield. First down and 10, a screen pass to Darion Neal, and a first down for the Trojans. Well-designed play there by Coach Hood to find his running back and get some blockers out in front.
Yeah, and that's keeping the defense honest. They're playing man. They're sending the house. They'll dump off to the running back.
And now throw out to the outside, way out in front of Samborski, and incomplete. That's the second throw that he's made over there, trying to hit Samborski on that out. That has been a little wild, so you really need him to start finding his groove there, Anthony Hall. He's hit really one pass in this game so far, and it was that just short little screen.
Yeah. Watch a screen on that side possibly. Bunched up receivers.
Trips to the far side. Trips bunched in a triangle. That's Samborski and Noel and Suzna. And now they're going to hand it off to Neal. Neal putting two hands on that football. And we drag down for a gain of nothing to the 49-yard line. 3rd down 10 for the Trojans.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're running games struggling like that, you have to use some misdirection. They tried faking that screen pass over there. They sell it, but Blue Springs wasn't buying it. They still bit on the run the entire time. Now they have to go to the air on 3rd down.
There we go.
Well, we're bunched up here, too.
Trips bunch. They like the bunch formation, trying to get Jalen Knoll some space. Throw it over the middle. Caught! 1st down. Big catch there. That is... Peyton Sosna with a 1st down catch.
Back-to-back 3rd down completions. How about that?
Really good throw to Sosna. And a 1st down at the 36. And now to throw
safety
Hall
back there
again.
still.
He's trying to scramble here to the near side. We'll throw it. Hits his receiver. Got the catch. And we bumped out of bounds. That's Jalen Knoll. His first catch. He lost Stephen Black on the little out cut that he made. Lost Black. And a 1st down. Back-to-back 1st down plays for the Park Hill Trojans. Finding a little bit of rhythm are the Trojans.
Yeah, and what they're trying to do there, they try to stack them up if they're playing man so they can get lost in coverage and get little opening, little passes like that, like you saw right there.
Now Neal shifts to the right, going to roll. Going to throw the throwback screen to Neal, but it's going to be red. Ball is fumbled and recovered.
They're going to roll that and catch, and it's going to be Blue Springs ball.
Recovered by the Wildcats.
Wow.
Case, catch and fumble. Now they're going to confer a little bit and see what it is. It looked like.
I thought he caught it and he began to ram.
Incomplete. But no, they will rule catch, fumble, and 1st down for Blue Springs.
Man, and that's when you're only averaging, 17 points per game, you have the ball deep inside Blue Springs territory. That's when you need to get points on the board. And, 2nd straight drive where it ends with a fumble. And now you have to bring your defense back on the field and make another big stop.
I mean, you like to live with your defense if you're Park Hill, but they can't be out on the field too long. Luckily, their defense got a couple good stops. And Coach Hood is clearly upset here on the near side.
He's lucky he didn't get a personal foul. He was all the way out of those numbers.
Now Harkness will hand it to Fontenot. Fontenot stacked up at the line again. Nowhere to go for Quentin Fontenot.
Yeah, and what both of these defenses are doing good so far is stopping on the run on 1st down. I mean, when you can continually make them have to pick up 2nd and long, 3rd and long, it's a lot harder to sustain drives. That's why you saw the 2-3 and outs to begin the game.
Fontenot, as we talked about, he had 926 yards coming into the day, just needed 74 against this Park Hill defense to get to 1,000.
Left.
Play action. Now they're going to throw a jump pass over the middle, and it is incomplete. Cooper Willich jumped just a tick early. Otherwise, he might have made a fantastic catch on the deep ball.
Yeah, and they had 2 little fakes there going on. They had the fake handoff in the backfield along with the motion, and then you had a little fake screen here to the receiver on this side. They had a little real route going along with that, and that's what led them to be open in the secondary.
Now in the gun, Harkness will hand it off on a little draw play to Fontenot. Pick up almost the 1st down, about 10 yards.
He's going to be just short, I think.
And it looks like, yes, he will be about a yard short of the 1st down. Good design play there, just a little one-tick draw play. It's 4th and 1. The Blue Springs offense has stayed on the field thus far. Getting the signals in from Coach Donahoe.
Yeah, and this kind of looks like that Thursday night game last night. I'm not sure you go for it here when Park Hill's offense is struggling them. You give them a short field.
Under
but it looks like they're going to go for it.
They'll probably
or you may see a hard count.
You're going to see a timeout, more than likely down to 5 on the play clock. No, they're going to hand it off. Fontenot hit in the backfield. Vince Reichert stops him short, and it's turnover on
Yeah, and I mean, just once again, this dominant Park Hill defensive line coming up big on fourth down. But again, I mean, I'm not sure if you go for it there because kind of like almost exactly what happened in the Thursday night game last night against Minnesota and Washington. It's 4th and 1 deep inside your own territory. You're already at Pella field goal range. And so, I mean, do you give the other team, the other offense life when they're struggling to keep a drive going, back-to-back turnovers?
And now Jalen Noel is in the game at Wildcat quarterback. He did throw a couple passes last week, and now he's going to roll out to throw. Looking, now he's going to run. Showing off some speed. Fumbles the ball out of bounds. Oh. Jalen Noel carrying that football just like LaShawn McCoy. Carrying it in that right hand, just dangling it out there. And it's knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Got about 3 yards on the play.
It looked like a broken play. He was trying to get a receiver on this side of the field, and he had to make something out of nothing.
Now he's staying in it, going to fake the handoff, going to run here to the near side. A quarterback power type play. Tackle in the backfield. Nowhere to go was Jalen Noel. Brought down by number 6, Kevin Robinson II, for no gain. 3rd down and 8. And Noel stays at quarterback with, just as of now.
Yeah, Hall's lined up on this short side of the field near the 30-yard line. Probably either going to see something up the middle or to the right unless they have a plan to get Hall involved in the passing game.
Now they're going to hand it off on a jet sweep. That's Javion Gathright with a carry for a first down. Good run by Javion Gathright. And this is kind of what I was looking for earlier on in the year from Park Hill. Get a little bit of, try something different on offense. When their offense wasn't working, just pull out some trickery. Get Jalen Noel in there at quarterback. Do something. Get him the ball in his hands as much as possible. Noel in the gun.
Possibly a jet sweep.
Gonna keep it this time. Run here to the near side on a power play. Gets a block from Gathright. Cuts back to the inside the 10. That was a good block out in front by Javion Gathright to spring him for a good run. And now it looks like, well, they'll stay in. And Anthony Hall looked like he was getting back under center, but it'll stay as Gathright. Gathright takes the handoff this time, cuts back, now cuts up the field. It's like he'll be close to a first down. And if it's a first down, he'll be 1st and goal. Javion Gathright played some running back last year. This year he's playing mainly in the jack linebacker spot. He could also play some safety for the Trojan defense. But he's
Hall still out at receiver.
He's playing a little bit more quarterback, and it's 3rd and 1. And bad snap.
Oh, another fumble.
Noel recovers it. Saves Park Hill a little bit there, and so now it's field goal team. They're going to try to take the 3. Grant Pella to kick the field goal to try to make this a 3-0 game here with 1:15 to play, first quarter. Park Hill nothing, Blue Springs nothing here on 810 on varsity.com.
It's about a 25-yard field goal. He won 1 for 2 last week. He hit a 42-yard field goal, so this is well within his range.
Ball be placed at the 22-yard line, 32-yard field goal. Snap back, kick up, on the way. Pella's kick is good. Grant Pella's field goal from 32 yards out gives Park Hill the 3-0 lead, and we'll take a break and be back after this on 810varsity.com.
Gear up for back to sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Welcome back here, 810varsity.com. Our score, late first quarter, Park Hill 3, Blue Springs nothing. on a Grant Pella field goal to give them the 3-point lead. Early score from Lee Summit North, 14-0 lead at Blue Springs South. And Ray Peck and Lee Summit West are tied at 7 in a game that means quite a bit here for Park Hill.
Yeah, there's a lot of way the standings could go depending on who wins this game and who wins that game.
And now they'll kick it away. It'll be a short onside kick type kick. Picked up. That's
nice
number
coverage.
14, Quinn Inzer. Inzer just goes down. 6 foot, 165-pound senior.
And so these last couple of drives for Blue Springs, they've been trying to go on the ground to begin the drive. Haven't had a whole lot of success, and now you're wondering if Blue Springs is going to be the team now possibly going to the air on first down, because they've had some of those rollouts and some of those checkdowns. They've been getting decent yardage off of it. But when you get 5-6 yards, that's not helpful when it's 3rd and 12 and when it's 4th and 18. But if it's 1st and 10, that's going to open up the playbook a lot. Get you some manageable second downs.
You do want to get the running game going still with your senior running back, 5'6", 150-pound senior running back, Quentin Fontenot. Now they're going to hand it to him. And the ball's on the ground. Park Hill's going to have it.
Park Hill might have had
got that football. That's number 38, Adam Gillum.
It's like hot potato out here right now. No team wants to keep possession of the ball.
Gillum, sorry. That's the 3rd turnover of the game. And so Park Hill right back on offense now, first down.
Yeah, and this is when maybe you try taking a shot here, because this is the Blue Springs defense who's a little tired. They were on the field for a long drive before, and now their offense, they put them right back on the field with a turnover. Possibly a deep shot here with Jalen Knoll.
Anthony Hall back on the field at quarterback. Knoll here to the near side, guarded one-on-one by Steph Black. 2 running backs, really an H-back now to throw. Hall is going to take a shot. Off the hands, incomplete. That was Gabe McCullough, a freshman, getting some playing time for Park Hill. Yes, I said that right, a freshman.
Yeah, and that's impressive at a big school like this. And, I mean, what Park Hill's still doing, they're still taking advantage of this man defense. They had Jalen Knoll on this near side. They move him to the right side of the field, have the running back come out on a wheel route. That's what led him to get open.
Now look down on the sideline. His teammates are patting him on the back saying, hey, get the next one. And now Eric Carey, nowhere to go. Carey is stopped for a big loss. Blue Springs defense gets pressure. Now gets through, loss of 5, 3rd down 15. Now you're kind of in that no man's land territory for Grant Pella.
Yeah, they need to get to the 25. That's his range. The longest field goal of the season was a 42-yarder last week.
And there's no wind tonight, and it looks like Park Hill will take it to the quarter, and they will. So at the end of one quarter here from Park Hill High School, the Trojans hold a 3-0 lead here on 810varsity.com. We'll be back after this.
When it comes to SUVs, nothing beats Honda. U.S. News & World Report's best SUV brand 4 years in a row, including the 2019 Honda Pilot, one of the millions of Hondas built here in America since 1982. Or the 2019 CR-V, a crossover car and driver calls a better value than the RAV4. And right now, get Pilot with 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. For more offers, visit kchondadealers.com today.
Welcome back here at 810varsity.com. Second quarter action coming. Park Hill with a 3-0 lead and the football in Blue Springs territory. 3rd down, 15 to start this second quarter.
Possible 4th down territory here for him.
Hall
That
in the gun.
25-yard line, that's the first down marker and field goal range.
Now to throw, being chased here to the near side. It looks like just get rid of it out of bounds. Looking for Samborski. Coverage by number 14, Quinn Enzer. The safety in coverage on Evan Samborski. And so 4th down and 15.
Honestly, if I was Park Hill, I'd punt the ball here because 3-0 game, it's kind of looking like a field position game. Might not get the first down here, 4th and long. Pin them deep.
They may set this up, yeah. It looks like, yep, they're going to get into punt formation as Knoll and look like Eric Carey moved to the inside, and they will kick it away. Anthony Hall, good kick. It's going to bounce
nice
at the
roll.
10 and be grabbed at the 10 by Jalen Knoll. And so first down for Blue Springs from their own 10-yard line. Long field to try to do something with. So we will see how Blue Springs offense responds here on this first drive of the second quarter for them. We'll look at some more scores. Lee Summit 21-0 lead over Truman. Liberty and Staley tied at 0. Liberty North leads Park Hill South 14-6. Fort Osage 21-0 over Ruskin. Raytown 7, North Kansas City 0.
Three receivers out wide for the Blue Springs.
So now to throw, Harkness looking for a receiver. Looked like it was caught in a flag down now. As a
and so they're going to get the first down either way with the penalty, but that's what they're probably going to start doing here. I mean, like we said last drive, those little rollouts have been working. They've been creating separation. That's how you get some, decent yardage on first down, open up the playbook on second down, and so on.
Couldn't tell who that was that made the grab on the far side. He made the catch, stood up, and then a Park Hill defender just threw him to the ground. So that's definitely a personal foul on Park Hill.
Yeah, and you can't be doing that. I mean, obviously it's the penalty, but the fact that, Blue Springs, they've been struggling on offense so far tonight. Now that you give them a little bit of life, giving them decent field position, now let's see if the Wildcats can take advantage of that and get something going.
Looked like it was Antonio McCullough on the far side that committed the penalty. And so now Blue Springs gets a 15-yard penalty added to the end of the catch. It gave them about 8. So a 23-yard play, really, for the Wildcats, and they'll go trips here to the near side. Fontenot, the back by next to Harkness. Harkness fakes it. Now will
another fumble.
Nearly a fumble. Has to dive on it. It's just not a real great exchange there. Looked like Harkness was going to keep it and run into the near side. But
it's weird because it's perfect weather. I mean, there's no wind. Obviously, there's no rain. I mean, there's really nothing to affect the condition of the ball. They're just not taking care of the ball right now. Both teams are.
So now they'll be in the shotgun.
Well, 4-3 here for Park Hill.
14, handoff Fontenot. Nowhere to go. Loss of another yard. Second, and now it's third down, 15.
Actually, correction, that was a little nickel package there, a little 4-2-5. And now it looks like they're going to go back to that dime package with 3 down linemen. And even when they had 3 down linemen and they're not sending a whole lot of people, they still create a whole lot of pressure, starting with Wilson and Gore up front. And you also have, like you said, Reichert, he already has a sack so far. So that whole defensive line is contributing.
Now they'll fake it, run near the near side, throw up the middle of the field, catch made. That is number 9, Brent LeVar.
Yeah.
Bryant
and when
LeVar, big catch and run to the 43-yard line. First down and 10 for the Blue Springs offense. LeVar with a good play there for the offense of Blue Springs.
Yeah, and they call that a flood route where they have all the receivers and tight ends roll out to one side of the field. It's just finding whoever's open.
Now Fontenot finds some space is upended after about 4 yards. It's one of Fontenot's better carries. That wasn't on a 3rd down and 12. Give him 4 yards, 2nd down 6.
There we go. 2 receivers lined up out wide along with that tight end.
H-back in the backfield.
Possibly go back to the ground game. You have that lead blocker to the right side, or maybe they try a rollout to that side.
That is Riley Burris is the H-back there to the far side. Check that. And Fontenot nowhere to go. Loss of about a yard.
It looked like that was Gorin there making the play from that defensive tackle position.
Carson Willick is the H-back. Sorry. Fontenot stopped for a loss by James Gore, the big man. Big 6'1", 300-pound defensive lineman, nose tackle, really. Now he shifts to the outside in the middle of the defensive line is Paris Graves, 5'9", 220. And now a low snap, they're going to roll out to the right, throw a short pass to Willick, and he's upended. Give him a couple, 4th down, 5.
Yeah. And those cornerbacks have done a great job in that zone on 3rd and long of attacking. You know, those guys, either the outside backers, the cornerbacks, I couldn't see, but they have those flats coverage. And once they see that check down coming out, they've done a great job swarming to it because they really haven't gotten a whole lot when they check down those guys.
So now 4th down, 5. They will punt. Freddie Romero on to punt. Like we mentioned before, 3 return men back. Jalen Knoll is one of them. Good snap. They're going to play return here. A high kick by Romero. Takes a Blue Springs roll down inside the 10, inside the 5. Mark it at the 3-yard line. That's where Park Hill will take over offensively. 1st down and 10. A 47-yard punt by Freddie Romero. So Park Hill will take over on offense now. Let's see how they start this drive. Well, the Trojans.
Yeah, Blue Springs might be bringing the house here. They're still pressing.
Noel goes in motion. They're going to hand it off. Darion Neal with the carry. Get a short gain. About 3 yards.
And so now you create a little bit of breathing room. Now you can possibly try a little more here in the offense. You have those 3 receivers out wide. They're going to go to the air.
Now throw, looking to the outside. Incomplete.
Looks like we may have a flag, though.
Yeah, it's a flag down.
That'd be on the defense, possibly. I mean,
ineligible man downfield. And so that'll back them up 5, or half the distance from here.
That'd be what, 3.5 around there,
yeah,
3 or 4?
Right around the 3-4 yard line. So we back to really a 2nd down 10 now. Unless you want to decline it.
Yeah, it looks like they did accept it.
I would accept that to maybe bring some pressure and get to Hall. Hall's done a good job, though, thus far, getting rid of the ball pretty quickly.
Yeah. And it looks like Blue Springs, they're stacking the box right here. Already 4 down linemen. Now you have 3 linebackers in there as well. And now look, they're stacking up the receivers again because they're playing man. They're going to try to have one of those receivers get lost in the coverage, maybe get open downfield.
Hall will hand it off, and they'll bring him down. That was Darion Neal again with a carry up to the 8-yard line.
And see, and that's what they need to get going. Just 4 or 5 yards on the ground every time. That's when you get to open up the offense and get things rolling.
Now in the gun, 3rd and 5. Hall looks to the sideline, going to get the signals. And now takes a snap to throw. Looking to the far side, over the middle, wide open, caught! First down, that is P.J. Caldwell, big play. And a really good throw by Anthony Hall to hit Caldwell. Up to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. And now they're going to run Noel to the far side. Noel cuts and will step out of bounds on his own. The chains weren't even set, which is, I thought they weren't supposed to start running a play until the chains were set.
Yeah, that was interesting.
2nd and 5.
But yeah, going back to that, last big completion. Once again, they stack the receivers up. They do great job with those route concepts, with those route trees, finding a man open in the secondary.
Hall to throw, taking a shot down the field. Looking for Noel, incomplete. Stephen Black in coverage, but a flag down. Looks like it's going to go on Park Hill.
Another ineligible man downfield. How about that?
Coach Hood is not too pleased about that, having that happen for a second time. And so it'll bring up 2nd down and 11.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do here because they've ran impasse out of this situation. Oh, actually, it looks like they may decline it.
Oh, interesting call. I mean, I do get it. Force them into a shorter 3rd down. Maybe change the play call a little bit for Park Hill. I mean, really, and you get one stop here. If you're the Blue Springs defense, you're going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
With 6:03 to play.
Might be looking the opposite side of the field here.
Throw, they're bringing up blitz over the middle. Incomplete. Through the hands of Evan Samborski. Pass. Oh, the safety was looked a little frustrated there. I believe that was Quinn Enzer was the safety back there, had it hit off the hands of Samborski, and he could have had a shot at a pick. So 4th down and 6. Hall will punt now. Johnny Wilson out there on punt team. Oh. And Mikey Miles goes in motion. And now the snap back. Hall will kick it away. A good kick. Stephen Black calls fair catch and will take it inside his own 30-yard line. But on that punt team, that would be a scary sight. You see a big man, Johnny Wilson, sprinting down the field after his 6'3", 245-pound defensive end. I would not want to be on the end of trying to make a block on him.
Hey, and I mean, you figure why not? They're dropping everything on offense. Let's see if they drop something on special teams. And so now, I mean, we're starting to play a little bit of a field position game here. I mean, if Park Hill can get a 3 and out, now you give your offense some decent field position. Maybe try to make this a 2-score game before halftime because you have around 5:51 to go in the 2nd quarter.
5:51. Blue Springs has used 1 timeout. Park Hill has not used 1 yet. Trips to the near side. They're going to fake it to the running back. Now Harkness will try to run. He will run. Give him a few yards. It looks like that was number 20, Micah King, the backup running back in the game.
And that's really risky. I mean, you see the way he's holding that ball. We've already seen someone lose it like that. But once again, they're going out to the short rollouts, check downs, those flood concepts on 1st down. Maybe now they go to the ground on 2nd down.
Giving 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6. Harkness with King to his left. Will take the snap, hand it off to Micah King. King bounces off a man up across the 40. Give him a 1st down. Good carry there for the backup running back, senior Micah King, 5'8", 190-pound senior running back.
And I couldn't see a number, but that was a great job by the tight end who motioned over, not only getting that outside contained block, but then moving up to the 2nd level and giving the running back an extra block to get a few more yards.
Staying in the gun, trips to the far side. They were all bunched in there together. Harkness rolls. Now he'll run. Nobody near him. Harkness has a first down across midfield. Dom Harkness rolled out to the right, and it's like he looked down the field, was like, oh, there's about 20 yards in front of me. Why don't I take off?
Yeah, and it looked like Park Hill is playing some more man coverage there, so you have everyone on receivers. There's no one there to kind of almost be like a QB spy or to cover those flats. So if everyone's covered and there's no one on the quarterback, yeah, why not take the ball? I mean, that's just Harkness making a nice job, a nice recognition of taking what the defense gives you.
The funniest thing, the booth next to us is the Blue Springs coaching staff. You hear them yelling, run. It was kind of funny. I'm like, oh. And now they're going to fake a handoff. And Harkness, being pressured, will be sacked.
And that's why they've been rolling him out this entire half, because if you keep him in the pocket, he's not going to be up for much longer, because Wilson and Gore, they've been attacking him all night long.
And that was Johnny Wilson picking up the sack. Wilson and Sweeney will share that sack, I guess. Sam Sweeney coming up from his strong safety spot. But Johnny Wilson was there too. Now they're going to fake a handoff, throw here to the near side. Catch made by Xavier Lloyd, and he's brought down. No room to run for Lloyd. The fake handoff was to the third running back, DeAndre Thomas, who got the fake handoff. Mikey Miles makes the tackle. Third down, 15 for the Wildcats now.
Yeah, and see, since Park Hill wasn't playing man coverage, you can't really try that screen pass because really there's not too many linemen there to begin with, so it kind of negates it.
Now rolling out Harkness, looking for a receiver. Throws back across the body, incomplete. Looking for Devin George, and it's incomplete.
But yeah, I mean, going back to the screen, I mean, Park Hill, they were able to see, okay, Blue Springs is bringing a lot of men in the box. They're stacking up the box, bringing pressure. You try that screen. But Blue Springs, they can't really do that because Park Hill only has 3 down linemen. So, I mean, there's not really much of a point of running a screen because there's not really too many men in that box to begin with. So, I mean, you're kind of in a tricky situation there. And now, once again, Blue Springs has to punt.
Jalen Knoll to return the punt. Freddie Romero to punt once again with 3 minutes to play. It's less than 2:57 officially to play here in this first half. Park Hill 3.
They're bringing pressure.
Come after it, and it'll be a flag down. Romero goes down, short punt. It'll take a Blue Springs bounce, but it'll be a flag down.
So depending on if it's running into or roughing the kicker, this might bring Blue Springs offense back on the field. Wow, this is huge.
As Romero runs off the field quickly. So now they'll discuss what they think they saw. Coach Hood is saying that he thought there was a push to set it up. And they're going to say, well, running into the kicker, it's a 5-yard penalty, and they'll re-kick. As Park Hill brought the house on that punt, but didn't get there quite in time. Freddie Romero got it off. Well, wait, now the penalty was declined, I guess. Interesting. Running into kicker declined by Coach Donahoe. And so, Park
yeah,
Hill
and I mean,
takes
I
over
guess
at 27.
I'm wondering if his thought process there is, you nearly just had a punt blocked. If I try the punt again, now there's another shot at them blocking it. Regardless, I think they still have 2-3 timeouts, and they have all their timeouts.
Park Hill's got all 3 with 2:46 to play. Hall in the gun. Will fake a handoff. Look down the field. Samborski off his hands, incomplete. In coverage was Brett LeVar.
Yeah, and that's been the one thing that's kind of been limiting this Park Hill offense so far. They haven't been able to connect on the deep ball because if you get that deep ball going, then you can maybe get these Blue Springs cornerbacks to back up a little bit and press a little less, which would open up the rest of the offense. But still, they haven't been able to. Look, they're still pressing. Only one safety back there.
Samborski runs in motion. Now they'll hand it off to Darion Neal. Neal here to the near side. Runs along the sideline. See where they mark him.
Looks like he's just going to be short of first down.
And that'll bring up third and about 2. 3rd and 2 with 2:37 to play on their own 35-yard line are the Trojans trying to get into at least field goal range before the half and let Grant Pella, who is warming up here to my right. Now they're going to hand it off, force the outside Neal. Nowhere to go. He'll lose yards.
And it looks like we're going to get a timeout.
4th down, timeout. Coach Kelly Donahoe and the Blue Springs Wildcats.
And I'm not sure. Well, before we go to break, I'm just not sure. I mean, if you're Park Hill, you had a lot of success running the ball up the middle. Anytime they tried to bounce it to the outside, it's been shut down.
He got forced to the outside on that one. And so now we'll take that break and be back after this on 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Welcome back here, 810varsity.com. 4th down and 2 officially for the Trojans on their own 35-yard line. It was last play was not a loss, it was for no gain. So now they come out and now they'll set up into punt formation. I was going to say I don't think they're going to run a play because Johnny Wilson's out there on offense. Now they'll snap it. Mikey Miles gets a running start. Nearly got it blocked, but just an awful punt. Go out of bounds.
Yeah, and so
in Park Hill territory.
And so early on in this game, it was Park Hill's defense bailing out their offense, and now it's Blue Springs' defense coming up big when they need to. They get a timely 3-and-out, and now all of a sudden it's the Wildcats to have a chance to possibly tie this game or take a lead before halftime.
And they've got a very good kicker with Freddie Romero, so you really, if you get into field goal range.
Yeah, last week he went 1 for 1. He made a 31-yard field goal.
Now the snap. Now they're going to hand it to, oh no, Harkness keeps it on the run. A little read option play up the middle, and Harkness kept it. Fooled me completely. I thought Fontenot had the ball running to the outside, but Harkness kept it up the middle and kind of, instead of sliding, he kind of laid down and took a hit.
Yeah. Every yard he can get.
2nd down 4. Under 2 to play. Now they'll throw over the middle. Devin George got it. He'll have a 1st down.
Yeah, and now those Park Hill cornerbacks, now that they continue to see him keep on doing those flood routes, rollouts, everything to the outside of the field, they're starting to press up those defensive backs a little bit. So that was just a nice pass there by Harkness, putting it in a tight window.
Harkness had attempted 139 passes on the year. He's thrown quite a few tonight, too. And now they'll take a deep shot. And it's incomplete. Flag thrown, though. Looking for Cooper Willick. And it's incomplete. Willick went up to try to make the catch, and the safety over the top, it looked like Javion Gathright ran into him. And so it's going to be a 15-yard penalty for pass interference. And now Blue Springs will have another 1st down.
Yeah, and he tried to time it up, making the hit right as the ball was coming in, but he got in there a little too soon and, kind of grabbing on top of him behind. They're going to call that every time.
So now They're down near the red zone at the 21-yard line. And this is where Park Hill defense needs to stand on its head, make a play. 1 timeout left for Blue Springs. All 3 for Park Hill with 1:24 to play. We're going to hand it off to Fontenot, running the near side, cut down. Tackle made, a really good play made by Javion Gathright to stop him for a loss of 2. 1:10 to play. Blue Springs has to hurry. They get back to the line, get set.
They're stacking up those receivers this side of the field. It almost looks like 2 tight ends now for them.
Now they'll take the snapple, and he's rushed. Has to throw it quick, and it's nearly intercepted.
Man.
Harkness just had to get rid of it. Neither of his receivers looked for the ball, and it should have been picked.
And that looked like a little miscommunication there. You had your outside receiver kind of running a little 10-yard up and then going for that post or for the corner of the end zone. And so Harkness began to throw it that way, but as soon as he threw it, he began to cut upfield even more. So that's why there was no one there, and it was nearly picked off.
Antonio McCullough had it go through his hand. He might go the distance. Now to throw, they're going to throw it quick again. And it is picked off! Going the other way is Park Hill. Cuts back, and he's brought down at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and once again, I mean, obviously all the credit's going to go towards that secondary, but this is caused by the Park Hill defensive line. They're getting pressure into Harkness. He has to throw off his back foot, a little bit of an errant pass, and once again, right to the cornerback. This time they pick it off.
That was Javion Gathright. Gathwright's 5th pick on the year to lead the team, and it's first down for Park Hill at the 45-yard line. 3 timeouts to get into field goal range or get a touchdown. Javion Gathright makes the play of the night so far. Hall to throw, taking a deep shot down the field. It is caught by Knoll. Jalen Knoll finally gets by Stephen Black and is now inside the 20. First down and 10 in the red zone for the Trojans of Park Hill.
And then talk about a big time here. 36 seconds left. Now you have great field position. You know, score before halftime.
Clock not running. Now it rolls. 30 seconds to play. Hall to throw. Looking for Knoll. Throws a fade. End zone. Off the hands. Incomplete. Jalen Knoll nearly beats Stephen Black again. But it's incomplete. Second down 10 coming for the Trojans in field goal range already. But really, you want to get into that end zone, especially after that first play.
Yeah, and I mean, right there, Knoll, he's finally starting to win that matchup against Black. Great job getting off the line of scrimmage. Now I'm wondering if they try to do something to the right side of the field, those 3 receivers, possibly another flood concept to this side.
Now to throw, Hall. Going to take a shot the other way. End zone, touchdown!
Oh, it's incomplete. He didn't come down with it. Wow.
Didn't complete the catch. Looking for Jason Christman II. Good defensive play there for Blue Springs, though. The corner pried it out of there.
With that.
And it falls incomplete. 3rd down 10. I just looked down, was getting ready to put the score into the computer. I just assumed he came down with it. Timeout Park Hill now. That's their first.
Yeah, and so how he got, so wide open, once again, they're using that man defense at their advantage. They have the outside receiver run a little slant route that kind of jams the inside corner, really all the defensive backs there. And then they had Christman kind of run a little wheel route. He gets towards the sideline, and then he cuts it upfield. Once again, a couple steps on the defender, but just have to pull that ball in, especially when you haven't had as much success as you would like to getting the ball in the end zone.
Lee Summit North leads Blue Springs South 14-7 now. Raymore Peculiar 14, Lee Summit West 7. Lee Summit 42, Truman nothing. Staley 14, Liberty nothing. Liberty North 21, Park Hill South 12.
So about as expected so far, I'd say.
On the Kansas side, Blue Valley West leads 7-3 on Blue Valley. Lawrence leads Free State 14-7 in the Battle of Lawrence. We'll run down all the scores at halftime, and we'll get ready for the second half. 19 seconds to play, first half.
Another 3-receiver set. Watch out for another wheel route.
And timeout will be called by Blue Springs now. That's their third.
It'll be interesting here because you have less field to cover. You've been getting beat the last couple plays. You try to bring those, defensive backs, those corners back just a little bit. Obviously, it didn't look like it there because they were still pressing. But once again, Park Hill, they're in that 3-receiver set. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I mean, they just do a great job at complementing the routes that the receivers are running to get people open. And Hall, he's done a great job these last couple plays getting the ball to the receiver.
I like the timeout there. You see what Park Hill's kind of in. Now you expect them to probably change the concept that they were thinking about running on offense. But for Blue Springs, I like still going with the press coverage because you got some really good corners, and especially Stephen Black, the Air Force commit. Have him manned up on Jalen Knoll. Only been beat once tonight.
After the timeout now, they switched that receiver over to the left side.
And a flag down already. Throw, back shoulder, incomplete. And that flag was thrown as soon as the play started, so I would assume
Maybe offside on the defense?
Be maybe a neutral zone infraction.
Make another play here.
No, it looks like legal formation is probably what they call. Probably didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage at the start of that play. So 3rd and 15 now. Now you're a little bit less into Pella's range, about 40-yard field goal from here if you don't get any more yards.
Well, if you're Blue Springs, do you decline it right here? And it looks like they may do that. Because if you decline it, it's 4th down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it is 4th down. Now field goal team will come out for Park Hill. Grant Pella trying to kick the field goal. It's about a 35-yard field goal attempt here with 15 seconds to play. Grant Pella. The holder is Tyler Heinrichsen, the sophomore backup quarterback. And got a man to jump, so it'll be 5 more added on.
Now there was a Wildcat that jumped too, so they may possibly call this offside on Blue Springs before the false start.
So it'll be since they threw the flag and blew the play dead, Pella's going to have to kick
this
again.
This may actually be a false start. False
start.
I guess they're saying that it didn't influence him jumping up because the guy that jumped for Blue Springs, he was on the opposite line of scrimmage. But I believe you're still in Pella field goal range because he hit a 42-yarder last week, so your range is around the 25.
It's a 40-yarder. Oh, no. Hold on. Let's see where they officially spot this.
What, a 47-yard field goal maybe? From the 30, 29. Oh, okay, actually, no, they're going to move him back there.
I was like, it's from the 30, so 40 yards coming for Grant Pella.
Right near that season high.
Heinrichsen to hold. Snap back, kick up, on the way. Does it? Will it?
Might have been.
Yes!
It's good.
Grant Pella hits the 40-yard field goal to give Park Hill a 6-0 lead now.
I thought he might have pushed it to the left. He just got it in there. That's a big possession for Park Hill going into halftime.
And so with that, we'll take a break and be back after this on 810varsity.com.
When it comes to painting the exterior or interior of your home, the decision is easy. Unique Painting, Voted best in the Northland for 2 years running in 2018 and 2019. Unique Painting focuses on customers' needs and offers competitive pricing, going the extra mile to make sure customers are completely satisfied. In fact, when 810 Varsity needed a paint job this year, Unique Painting was the only phone call made. Visit anytime at uniquepaintingkc.com or call today at 816-500-7759. That's uniquepaintingkc.com, a proud supporter of 810 Varsity and Metro High School athletics.
Welcome back here, 810varsity.com. Field goal was good from 40 yards by Grant Pella, and 8 seconds till half. Trojans with a 6-0 lead on the Blue Springs Wildcats. Here on 810varsity.com, I'm Nate Kendall. Partner tonight is Noah Bonner.
And how about Grant Pella? He made 3 field goals the entire season coming into tonight. Now he's 2 for 2 in a big game.
Tonight, the one that didn't count. Now a kick down the middle, be returnable. That was number 11. I believe that's Cooper Willick. Yes, Cooper Willick with the return. So now Blue Springs, 2 seconds left. What do? You just sit on the ball, go to halftime, regroup, or do you maybe take a chance, do something?
You know, I say why not? I mean, you're out to 41, and
hand the
but
ball
now the question
off.
is, what do you do? Because you've tried to take some shots downfield. Park Hill's been covering it when it's not obvious pass situation compared to it now. They haven't tried a screen yet, so maybe possibly something like that. Or they just sit on it, but I don't think they're going to do that.
Micah King is the running back next to Harkness. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Takes a snap. Now will throw. Pressure coming. He's going to take a deep shot. King, and it is incomplete. He was looking for Xavier Lloyd. Good throw by Harkness, but it falls incomplete. And so that will do it for the first half here at Park Hill High School. Trojans lead 6-0 on 810varsity.com. And we'll take a break for halftime and be back for some halftime statistics, among other things, after this on 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Gear up for back to sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started. Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
When it comes to SUVs, nothing beats Honda. U.S. News & World Report's best SUV brand 4 years in a row, including the 2019 Honda Pilot, one of the millions of Hondas built here in America since 1982. Or the 2019 CR-V, a crossover car and driver calls a better value than the RAV4. And right now, get Pilot with 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. For more offers, visit kchondadealers.com today.
When it comes to painting the exterior or interior of your home, the decision is easy. Unique Painting, voted best in the Northland for 2 years running in 2018 and 2019. Unique Painting focuses on customers' needs and offers competitive pricing, going the extra mile to make sure customers are completely satisfied. In fact, when 810 Varsity needed a paint job this year, Unique Painting was the only phone call made. Visit anytime at uniquepaintingkc.com or call today at 816-500-7759. That's uniquepaintingkc.com, a proud supporter of 810 Varsity and Metro High School athletics.
Core Civic is proud to support Lansing athletics. Core Civic is America's leader in partnership corrections, operating over 60 facilities in nearly half of all states. Learn more about Core Civic job opportunities at corecivic.com. You can apply for a rewarding position as a correctional officer, a nurse, or a school teacher, just to name a few. Your next career could be in corrections with Core Civic. Visit corecivic.com. That's corecivic.com.
Welcome back here at halftime on 810varsity.com. Our score, Park Hill leads the Blue Springs Wildcats 6-0 here on 810varsity.com. We'll start with the first half statistics here from our game here in Park Hill, at Park Hill. Blue Springs has struggled offensively. Dom Harkness, 8 for 15 for 43 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns thrown. For the Wildcats, running game has been the issue for Blue Springs. Dom Harkness, 6 carries, 11 yards to lead. Micah King, 3 carries, 8 yards, and Quentin Fontenot came into the game just 74 yards from 1,000-yard season. He's got 8 carries for -7, and through the air, leading receiver with 1 catch, Bryant LeVar. For Park Hill, been much more efficient offensively. Anthony Hall, 6 of 18, 119 yards, no touchdowns, no INTs. Darion Neal, 6 carries, 19 yards. Javion Gathright, 2 carries for 10 yards. And that's really the story rushing game-wise. And then through the air, Jalen Noel has 2 catches for 54 yards. P.J. Caldwell, 1 catch, 27 yards. Darian Neal, 2 catches, 25 yards. And that's kind of the story stat-wise for this halftime. Then now we'll flip over to the scoreboard. Lee Summit North 14, Blue Springs South 7. Ray Peck 14, Lee Summit West 7. Lee Summit 42, Truman nothing. Staley 14, Liberty nothing. Liberty North 28, Park Hill South 18. Winnetonka 25, St. Joe Central 7. Belton 7, William Crispin 6. Fort Osage 35, Ruskin nothing. Raytown leads North Kansas City 21-7. Hickman 21, Oak Park 6. Green Valley 21, Raytown South nothing. Platte County 16, Grandview 7. Smithville 14, Kearney nothing. Odessa 22, Harrisonville 7. Oak Grove 20, Warrensburg nothing. Maryville 41, St. Joe Lafayette nothing. Savannah 18, St. Pius nothing. Chillicothe 21, St. Joe Benton nothing. Rockhurst 10, Jefferson City 3. Lincoln Prep 14, Summit Christian Academy 7. Pembroke Hill 13-6 on Van Horn. Center 28-6 over Smith Cotton. St. Michael 14, Clinton nothing. And then quickly over the Kansas side, the game on 94.5 FM. Blue Valley West leads Blue Valley 7-3. St. James and Blue Valley North are tied at 7. Mill Valley 28, Blue Valley Southwest 7. Gardner Edgerton 35. And then kind of the big game, we're kind of also keeping an eye on. Lawrence 14, Free State 10. And then Paola leads Lewisburg 13-0. These are the big scores on the Kansas side as we're getting close here to the second half with Park Hill holding on to the 6-0 lead on Blue Springs.
Yeah, so right now, everything holds. The Class 6 District 4 standings. Excuse me. As of now, if everything holds, Class 6 District 4 standings would go Liberty North, Park Hill, Ray Peck, Rockhurst, Lee Summit North, and Lee Summit West because North has the head-to-head, and then Liberty and Lee Summit because Liberty has the head-to-head over Lee Summit. So if you're a Park Hill fan, you would have a rematch against Liberty. But that was also assuming that Rockhurst wins their game against Jefferson City, and that's a lot closer than we thought it would be. Now, if you're a Blue Springs fan, you're kind of locked in to either that 4 or 5 spot. Regardless, you're going to play Rockbridge. We think most likely, even if with a Blue Springs loss, they'd be hosting that game in round 1 against a Rockbridge team that's a little down this year. And so, I mean, yeah, it looks like, and also like you were saying earlier, if Park Hill wins this game, they clinch an outright Suburban Gold Division championship. So a lot of things riding on tonight's game along with the game itself. 6-0 Park Hill leads.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and by no means 6-0 a out of reach score.
I mean, who knows in this game with all the fumbles and the
Exactly.
turn? I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. This is
So
anyone's game.
Blue Springs will have the football first as they won the toss, deferred to the second half. Park Hill will kick it away. Grant Pella will be kicking to Cooper Willick.
And so now if you're Blue Springs, you're looking to get some good field position here because really you haven't had the best field position so far tonight, which is why their offense is kind of stalled as well, and then in return has given Park Hill some decent field position.
And here we go. Kick is away. Grant Pella, short kick here to the near side. Kind of dropped the kick was DeAndre Thomas.
Oh, we
And
got a
he'll
little
get
skirmish here.
Get across the 31-yard line is where Blue Springs will take over. First down and 10.
So now we'll get to see if, what type of adjustments Blue Springs made and Park Hill made, because Blue Springs, they're able to consistently get 5, 6, 7 yards on those little rollout passes. I'm assuming that they're going to continue to do the rollout because, we saw in the first half what happens when you keep, the quarterback in the pocket. He gets taken down by Gore and Wilson. So now Park Hill, do they play up a little more? They try to take away those flood concept routes? We'll see here.
So Harkness and a little counter play will be Micah King. Pushed forward, then cut back to the inside and was taken down. Give him 3. Chris Bizzle with the tackle. They'll give him 4, actually, 2nd and 6.
And so I feel like they're kind of setting up a play here that they're going to call, maybe a few plays, maybe a few possessions from now. They continue to do the option. They give it to the running back. The one time Hartwell kept it in the first half, he had a big gain on it.
And now another play up the middle, across the 40.
Looks like he's going to be
with
just
another
short.
good carry. Be 3rd down and about 2.
Now what do you do here on 3rd and 2? Do you go back to the run? Because, remember, first quarter, first half, they go for it on 4th and 2. They get stuffed.
So they come out under center in the I formation, hit in the backfield.
And he gets
King
stuffed
is
again.
Dropped for a loss. Reichert makes the tackle. Vince Reichert comes up from his linebacker spot, his inside linebacker spot, and makes the tackle. I just don't understand the call there. Come out under center and try to go power run. I would have probably stayed in that shotgun if you're going to run the football. So they're going to have to kick the football back to Jalen Knoll, who's back to return for the Trojans. Freddie
that's
Romero
kind of
to
a
punt.
That's kind of a bold move, lining up pro-style formation, saying, hey, we think our offensive linemen are better than 2 D1 prospects on that Park Hill defensive line. That's twice now they've stopped him when it counts.
Now here we go. Snap back to Romero. Only one man rushes, and they boot it away. A good kick. Noel to kick it. And he muffs the punt, but picks it up and starts running to the far side. He's got a lot of speed. Breaks
Here we
free.
go.
Jalen Noel's got some chances, but he's knocked out of bounds. He's just bumped out of bounds near midfield. He had one man to beat. Otherwise, he would have been long gone.
Yeah.
No marking back, all the way back at the 44-yard line.
And with him, whether it's in the passing game or whether it's in special teams, it's only a matter of time before he gets things rolling. We saw in the first half they finally got that deep ball going. Big play before halftime that set up the field goal, and now in special teams, you have great field position here. Now you have a chance to make it a 2-score game before Blue Springs gets the ball back.
And here we go. Noel all the way to the far side of the field. Stephen Black still manned up one-on-one with him, looking to throw his Hall. Going to take a shot here to the near side to Samborski. Makes a catch, cuts back, and will be brought down by Alex Hughes. saves what very well could have been a touchdown, but Evan Samborski makes a big catch, and they are into Wildcat territory at the 25-yard line. First down and 10 for Park Hill. Going hurry up, Hall takes the snap. Now we'll take a shot here to the near side. Flag down.
Oh, they may call maybe holding, possibly. Pass interference.
Maybe the receiver, P.J. Caldwell, pushed off. Might be an offensive pass interference.
Oh, so you're thinking this is offense.
Oh, no. They'll
going
go
on the
holding
defense.
on the defense.
Now, see, because I didn't think it'd be PI on the defense, but, it kind of looked like he kind of got caught, tugging that jersey from behind, and automatic first down.
Extended that hand a little bit. That's where I thought offensive pass interference, but the holding came first. So 10-yard penalty and a first down. First down inside the red zone from the 15-yard line for the Trojans.
And so last time they were here in the second quarter, they went fades and they went shots into the end zone. Let's see if they do that here.
And now it'll be an option play here to the near side. Neal cuts up the field. Finally be submarine down.
Of course, you need the quarterback call to be in the backfield for that. And so they've also kind of gone with some wildcat here as well, like we saw in the first half. So they've been attacking that inside, and then they've been trying to complement that with some jet sweeps to the outside. And it just seems like Blue Springs, they don't have the best contain on the outside. That's why they're starting to get to the outside, get 8-9 yards on that.
5-yard run, second down 5. Neal now cuts up, now will cut to the outside, cuts up inside, makes a couple more moves, and it'll be finally brought down inside the 5. First and goal for the Trojans at the 3.
And how many times did he cut the ball, cut there? Like 4 or 5 inside, and now goes shaking and baking, and now you have a chance to punch it in from the goal line.
First and goal from the 3. Neal will stay next. Oh, now it's Noel in the backfield. Man in motion. Noel's going to keep it, go up the middle.
Up the middle.
Cut down at the 1. Samborski came in motion, and Jalen Noel went up the middle and stopped at the 1. Second down goal. And they're going to go, it looks like big package here for the defense. Bringing in some big bodies on that defensive line.
Yeah, Hall's still going to be split out. And, it's so hard trying to stop this direct snap because you have so many options between, Samborski running in motion. You can maybe get it to the outside with Noel or up the middle. There's just a lot of playmakers on this offense.
Noel all by himself, flag down.
Oh, false start.
Some movement. Offside.
Wow.
Call encroachment. Probably just lined up in the neutral zone wrong there. And so it'll be half the distance to the goal. Second down and goal from about the half-yard line.
I was about to say, usually it's false start there, but, I didn't see anyone jumping. You can't shoot yourselves in the foot if you're Blue Springs, and you just got a big stop there on first down.
Noel stays in the game in the backfield. They load up the line, man in motion, but whistles. Timeout, Blue Springs. Coach Donahoe burns his first time out of the second half. See if that comes back to bite him, and we'll take a break and be back after this at 810varsity.com.
Gear up for back to sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Welcome back here, 810varsity.com. 7:17 to play, third quarter. Park Hill knocking on the door, up 6-0. And now they're going to
almost like a little wishbone.
Put a lot of people on the line. Snapped to Noel. Noel cuts up inside. Did he get in?
think it might have been just short.
I think they're going to say he's short.
And it almost looked like Blue Springs lined or loaded up that side of the line. They ran right into it.
Knoll stop for no gain. 3rd down and goal from the 1 now.
Now I think here the last 2 plays we tried to go outside. Now maybe right up the middle.
Now lots of bodies to the left. Knoll drops the snap. Now run back to the right. Going to try to get a block, and he'll be brought down. Oh, no, he stays on his feet. And now he's brought down in a flag.
Now what's this going to be on?
Looks like a block in the back is probably in there, which at that point the block in the back will be marked off from where the flag was thrown. So the loss of yardage and then the block in the back. And Park Hill's now on the edge of field goal range. After having the ball at the 1 yard line, they tried 2 runs with Jalen Knoll, and then that one just kind of went awry from the beginning.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised there that they didn't try just running up the middle at least one time, because they kept on bouncing it to the outside. And give credit to Blue Springs defense. They locked down, begun to do a really good job containing on the outside. That's why you saw a big loss there, and then you have Knoll running for his life on 3rd down.
And so now let's see where it'll be.
It looks like they're going to bring on the field goal team.
It'll be 4th and goal. Okay, so the penalty does not get tacked on. It's 4th down, and the field goal team will be out. Grant Pella trying to kick another one.
Now, how about this? If he makes it, he matches his season total for field goals made.
31-yard field goal attempt for Grant Pella. Snap back, kick up. It is blocked.
What?
It is partially blocked, and Blue Springs gets a stop.
Wow.
On the blocked field goal, Blue Springs gets the stop they need. It was 1st and goal from the 3, and Park Hill gets nothing.
And heck, they got down to the 1 on 2 straight plays, and you can't punch it in. And I don't even know what was going on in that field goal team, because it seemed like half the line wasn't even moving. And of course, you have Blue Springs coming in and getting the block.
They had a guy coming off the edge untouched, and he was all by himself. And I think he's the one that ended up with the deflection immediately. So 6:18 to play in this 3rd quarter. Blue Springs with the ball at their own 20 now. Now they're going to hand it off up the middle. Fontenot with not much room. Quentin Fontenot really at this point will just take, he just wants some positive yards. As if you didn't hear the stats at halftime, he had 8 carries for -7 yards, so he gets about 2 on the play.
And it would have been a lot worse if he didn't gain some of those yards he had before halftime. Now they're starting to do what they tried to do in the first half, get the running game going.
Fontenot to the outside, nowhere to go.
And of course, as soon as I say that, they get dropped in the backfield.
He loses a few more yards. It's going to be getting frustrating. He loses a bunch of yards there. 3rd and 14 coming for Fontenot.
And once again, that's just a great job by Park Hill's really defensive ends and defensive line, having contained, forcing him to bounce it to the outside. And then just runs into a wall of Trojans.
Harkness takes the snap, nearly drops snap, and now will roll and try to throw. Passes incomplete through the hands of Cooper Willick, and incomplete. And so now they're going to have to punt.
And that's another risky pass, because once again, that pressure getting to him from Wilson and Gore, have to throw off the back foot. That one could have been, it was deflected, but it could have been picked off again.
Sammy Hall to the far side, here to the near side. It's Antonio McCullough. And back at the 46-yard line 45 now. It's Jalen Knoll. Snap is back to Romero. Bring one man, and now he'll punt it. Off to the left. It'll take a Blue Springs hop inside the 40. Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. That's where Park Hill will take over, first down and 10. Their own 36-yard line.
And so now you wonder if they try to get that run game going again on first down and second down, because they've been having to, forced to pass it a couple times on first down. But I mean, really, the reason why they've been able to move the ball down the field, they've just done a great job at the route trees and the route combos they use. I mean, on that last drive, they were able to get that big play because they had the slot receiver. He does a little shimmy fake, almost as if he's setting up for a screen. And the whole time, while they're looking at him, they have another man running another real route downfield.
And now Knoll in at quarterback, staying in at quarterback. Now he gets across the 40. About the 41-yard line. Short gain for Jalen Knoll. Second down 5 coming for the Trojans.
Yeah, and that was just a nice push up front by the offensive line. You wonder where was that a couple plays before when it was on the 1-yard line. And it looks like Hall may be back. Well, no, actually, no, it's still Knoll in the backfield.
Knoll staying in at 2 wings. Now Gathright runs in motion. Now he'll pitch it to Gathright. Bad snap was pitched to Javion Gathright. And he's going to get a couple and bring up third down and a long 2. Make it 3. Third down 3 for the Trojans on offense.
And so Hall's still going to be lined out at receiver. Obviously, I mean, you're assuming it's going to be a run, but you wonder, because you have those 4 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers in the box. You try running up the middle again, or you try possibly a jet sweep, trying to bounce it to the outside again.
See what happens. Knoll in the gun, bring Gathright in motion, fakes it. Now he'll try to throw.
Pass it.
He's going to throw a deep ball, looking for Anthony Hall, and it is. There'll be a flag. Did he catch it? No, he caught it, but he was out of bounds, but a flag comes in. Jalen Knoll, kind of off his back foot, just threw it deep, looking for his quarterback, Anthony Hall, who nearly hauled it in, but a pass interference will give the Trojans a first down and 15 yards. But wow, that was a really good throw off his back foot. He just let it fly.
Yeah, and he had a couple pass attempts last week against Staley. So I mean, we knew that he could do it, but I mean, to do it there on third down, I mean, it's a bold move. But of course, I mean, with the penalty, everything works out for the Trojans, and they stay on offense.
I mean, he threw last week, but I don't think he threw a pass to his quarterback, who's been throwing him passes all year long.
Oh yeah.
And so now in the gun, you got a bunch of receivers to each side.
Hall's back in.
Eric Carey. Now they're going to hand it to Carey, running near side. Carey now cuts upfield, finally cut down, was slowed down a tad by Jalen Knoll as he was getting pushed back into him.
And so now, because you had success in the passing game with those stacked up receivers in the first half, now you can run out of it. Nice job with the receivers with the outside blocking.
Now they'll throw a deep ball over the top. Samborski is thrown more to the inside, and he couldn't find the football. So it's third down and 2. They went quick, and Hall threw it up for grabs to Samborski, who just didn't quite locate the football, and it fell incomplete. Third down 2 from the Blue Springs 34-yard line. Hall. Now we'll look to the sideline to get the new signal in.
Now you have that 3 receiver setback there on the other side. Possibly a flood concept, or you run the ball with him switching over to the left.
Now they're going to fake it. Now throw a ball up to Caldwell.
I think he got in bounds.
He did! P.J. Caldwell with a big catch. Got that leg and knee in bounds, and first down Really good throw by Anthony Hall to hit P.J. Caldwell. Over the shoulder catch. Knee gets in bounds, and it's first down and 10 at the 15-yard line. Hall, now they quickly go to the line. Carry the running back. He'll throw again. Throw a fade up in the air. It is caught. Touchdown, Park Hill. Jalen Knoll finally gets into the end zone, and it's 12-0 Park Hill. Knoll against Stephen Black goes up and gets it and makes the catch for the touchdown.
And so now on the play before that, you start to see a little bit of a pattern. You have the three receivers set, and now that's a couple times now they've turned to the opposite side. And then they go back to the right side on the next play. When you're in the red zone, there's no other receiver, no other red zone threat you want than Jalen Knoll.
And now they'll go for two to make it a 14-point game to throw. Over the middle, incomplete, looking for Knoll. It is no good. Jalen Knoll throw that ball up to him. Jalen Knoll, 5'11", 170. And went up and made the catch. And that'll take us to a break after this, and be back after this on 810varsity.com.
When it comes to SUVs, nothing beats Honda. U.S. News & World Report's best SUV brand 4 years in a row, including the 2019 Honda Pilot, one of the millions of Hondas built here in America since 1982. Or the 2019 CR-V, a crossover car and driver calls a better value than the RAV4. And right now, get Pilot with 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. For more offers, visit kchondadealers.com today.
Welcome back here, 810varsity.com. Park Hill finally finds the end zone and now extends their lead to 12-0. Went for two, didn't get it, so it's just a 12-point ball game. A nice fade route to Jalen Knoll. He went up, made the catch over Stephen Black the second. And now Park Hill's got the lead. Kick away from Pella. Short kick. Taken by Willick, who's trying to go the other way. Willick, ooh, he's tripped up. And brought down by number 29, Will Bushman.
Yeah, and so now, once again, you have decent field position starting on your own 35. Maybe we'll see them go back to the passing game since that was working a lot in the first half because, they tried to establish the run. And, they did a good job on a couple times. But then they tried to get those carries to the outside and work the outside. But, they just, between Gathright and Miles, they just, they can go from either side of the field in a split second. So it's so hard to get to the outside. So maybe if they do run possibly a little more inside, but I do expect them to go to the air a little more in this possession.
Lee Summit North leads Blue Springs South 28-21. Liberty North's lead is down to 7 against Park Hill South. Now over the middle, caught. First down, catch and run. Devin George, a big 6'7" tight end, came into the game with 1 catch on the year. He's got 3 tonight for the Blue Springs Wildcats.
Now I'm wondering, their bread and butter has been those flood concepts where you swarm all the receivers and tight ends to one side of the field with their routes. Now I wonder if possibly, for example here you have 2 receivers to this side, 1 receiver to the other side. If you fake them out with a flood concept to this side, you go back to a vertical on the other side.
Off on a draw play. Good run there. That's Micah King, who's had a very efficient night on the ground. A much more efficient night on the ground than Fontenot. And they're going to go quickly. Back to the line, first down and 10, inside the 40, mark him at the 39, 1:40 to play here in this third quarter. Bring the tight end in motion, gonna hand it to King again. King breaks up the field, ooh, looked like he had, face mask was held, but no, and then he got hit down low too, kind of got toppled over after a
his feet taken
2-yard gain, second down to 8.
But this is what you need if you're Blue Springs. This is how you put a drive together. Yeah, the passing is working, but you can't just be a one-dimensional team. Now with the running game going, they can try to put some points on the board.
Harkness takes snap, going to hand it to King. As he did the old Drew Lock pump fake after he makes the handoff. And it's a good gain there. Paris Graves makes the tackle. It's 3rd down 3 for the Blue Springs Wildcats with 45 seconds to play here in this 3rd quarter. It's 2-down territory from here for the Wildcats, and they're going to come out in the pistol. Oh, no, in the I formation now. Going to hand it off to King, who is met and dropped in the backfield. Number 25, that is Sam Sweeney, the team's leading tackler on the season, makes the tackle in the backfield. Whenever they see that I formation, they bring the house.
Yeah, and why not? Because every time you've ran out of that, you've passed the ball. And, I'm wondering why they didn't stay out of the gun, because the play before, King did a great job following his blockers out of the gun. You're able to do that, be a little more patient out of the gun.
And now that's the end of the 3rd quarter. We head to the 4th here on 810varsity.com. Our score, Park Hill 12, Blue Springs nothing. And we'll take a break before the 4th quarter begins and be back after this on 810varsity.com.
Core Civic is proud to support Lansing Athletics. Core Civic is America's leader in partnership corrections, operating over 60 facilities in nearly half of all states. Learn more about Core Civic job opportunities at corecivic.com. You can apply for a rewarding position as a correctional officer, a nurse, or a school teacher, just to name a few. Your next career could be in corrections with Core Civic. Visit corecivic.com. That's corecivic.com.
Now you can save every time you shop, whether you spend a lot or a lot. And you can spend your savings how you want, when you want. Just check your Price Chopper app to see the offers we have this week. And then choose to spend them at the checkout or at the pump. Get your new Price
minutes to play in the ballgame. 4th down and 6 for Blue Springs. Kind of needing to get the first down here. They're going to run a draw play. At the middle, Micah King met and dropped. Did not get it. Only got about 2. And he dropped. And a turnover on downs for Blue Springs, and now the defense back on the field, and Park Hill coming off a big touchdown drive gets the football back, looking to continue their momentum and go get back into the end zone.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I like that play call. Obviously they're expecting pass, so maybe try to counter that with a run. But again, you've been getting consistent 5-6 yards with those flood concepts out of the passing game. He has a man open.
Incomplete. He beat his man, which was Kevin Robinson the second, beat him to the outside. It's off the face mask of Sam Borski, but falls incomplete.
And so that's why this Park Hill offense, they've really dominated this second half and, towards the end of the first half, because now they're able to get a couple steps on those Blue Springs defenders, kind of beat that press coverage, and that's why they've been able to start hitting on some of those big plays, and they almost did right there, Samborski. That's a hard catch to make over the shoulder.
As I was just saying, he had 1 catch on the day of 5 targets, now 2 catches of 6.
And that's how you build up and that's how you build up a receiver's confidence. Only 1 catch, you do a quick slant pass to him, get that momentum rolling.
3rd down and 2, got 2 backs to the backfield, got Neal to the left, Terry to the right.
Slot corner playing off a little bit.
Interference. So a little bit of hand fighting as Noel is trying to get down the sideline. Good throw by Ball. Pass interference on Bowie Springs. 15 penalty and a first down.
And you're kind of in a lose-lose situation there because if you press on them, you hold on them, it's going to be pass interference. If you don't, I mean, Noel and the rest of this Park Hill offense has begun to open up. They can beat you in the air now. They can beat you deep. So either way, there's a chance that, you can lose a lot of yardage on that play, and that's exactly what happened there. And once again, they're taking what the defense gives them. They begin to press back a little bit, a little less coverage. They go back to the slot for the screen. Yeah, and hopefully they can get that cleaned up before next week and the playoffs start.
As it stands now, Park Hill is set to host next Friday night. And if not just next Friday night, possibly the next Friday night as well.
Yeah, they control their own destiny if they can pull out this game. You host the first 2 rounds of playoffs, and then that district championship game, depending on who wins or loses those. Oh yeah, and I mean,
at the right time, you could see any of those 8 in that district winning. Now Hall to throw. Updates now, he's going to throw it. Picked off. Anthony Hall throws the interception. Going back the other way. Number 22, Britt LaFar.
Wow.
And we're at that mistake made by Anthony Hall. And there it was.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just not what you want to do there. You're up 2 scores with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I mean, you can't be forcing anything like that into the center of the field. It was into triple coverage. Just a great read there by, I believe that was the linebacker, kind of reading that and jumping the route. And now Blue Springs, all of a sudden you give them life. They have the ball right at midfield. They have a chance to make this a 1-score game.
Here
we go.
The inside, Quentin Bucknote will get that 17 yards on the ground. His best carry of the day, and it's first down for the Wildcats of Blue Springs. Like I said, got a little momentum now, feeling good. The offense now, if they can get into the end zone, this game could get real interesting really, really fast.
Yeah, and that's what they needed because Park Hill is getting stops with only 3 men. Now they may need to bring an extra guy in the box, and then you can open up the passing game.
Diving low and trying to hit low, he stayed high and met Fontenot in the hole. Previous play, he dove low, and Fontenot was able, with his lower center of gravity, bounce off and skip to the outside.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just a nice bounce back play there. Now 2nd and long. Now you have to force him to go to the air again, possibly one of those flood routes, maybe to the left side of the field, possibly coming back the other way. Yeah, and it's like, what do you do here? I mean, 2 down or 4 down territory, like you said. You take a shot here, which you haven't really done the whole game, maybe a little unexpected, or you try to pick up a couple yards here, make it a more manageable 4th down. Sacked receivers this side. Looks like he maybe got it. Hit to the head. Wow. That's huge. Yeah, and this is when the game starts to get weird. I mean, you had a chance to put them away. You have the ball at the 1 yard line. You come away with no points, and now you're giving them 15 more yards. You have a chance to make this a 1-score game. Now Blue Springs, I mean, this is, I believe, the closest they've been to the end zone all night long. Now do you try taking that shot, which, again, really they haven't done all night long. Also, what I find interesting, they continue to do these passing routes to the left side of the field, which makes him throw opposite shoulder. Makes it a little more difficult for him. Yeah. Yeah, and that's just a great job by the offensive lineman. When you ship the tight end over to the other side, so now you're running to the weak side, you're really counting on those offensive linemen, specifically your guard and tackle, to not only make a big block on the defensive end, but then move up to the 2nd level. They did that right there. That's why he gets 4 yards with 2-3 blockers.
Field goal does nothing for you. It still is a 2-score game if you kick a field goal here. We're going to have to get a touchdown. With 6:47 to play, now Harkness to throw, rolls out to his right, looking back across the field. He's going to take off and try to run for it and bumped out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's just a smart play there.
Flag down. Here on the near sideline.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a good decision, tucking the ball and running instead of, trying to force a pass. I mean, you're not going to get all 14 points back on one play. Love to see another down, making it a more manageable 4th down depending on the penalty call here. Also, for you Class 4 fans right now, we just got an update. Smithville beating Kearney 34-0. And how about this? Grandview beating Platte County 21-15. So remember, for Park Hill fans, even if somehow Blue Springs come back and win this game with a Ray Peck win, you're still locked in at that 2 seed.
Looking for Cooper Willick, who I believe has a catch tonight for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and so these Park Hill defensive backs, they've been really aggressive throughout the game, coming up and being proactive with the hits and making plays. But that time they were a little too aggressive, and really that's about one of the few times all game they've went over the middle with the passing attack. I mean, you wonder why they haven't done that more times throughout the game because, I mean, between the penalty and the catch on the 4th and long in the first half, they've had success with it. Here we go. Oh, he had him. And, I mean, those are the plays that you got to make right there. I mean, you had to step on the defender. I mean, that was just a perfect route. Creating separation, going towards the back corner of the end zone. Just a little too far out from him. Brings up 4th down.
4th and 8. This might be the ball game for the Wildcats. 6:29 to play in the ball game. Blue Springs knocking on the door.
Now I'm wondering if they try to maybe do one of those flood concepts or low bunch receiver, try to get a man lost, just like Park Hill's been doing throughout the game. Oh, he... Oh. And how about this Park Hill defense? I mean, this is the reason why Park Hill averages 17 points per game on offense, and they're about to be 7-2, assuming they can hold on to this game. Just a great job defensively.
Have been impressive from the get-go. They've given up 6, 10, 24, 3, 10, nothing, 20, and 13. 4 was to Liberty North. And they lost to the Eagles. Now they're going to throw a screen to the near side. Nowhere to go. Darian Neal.
Yeah, and finally, Blue Springs plays up on that and gets a stop. They tried that twice in the first half, one with the running back, another time with the receiver. It worked both times. This time, like I said, play up on it. Loss in the play. Now you wonder here, I mean, possibly keep it on the ground, 2nd and long, keep the clock rolling, maybe force Blue Springs to call one of those timeouts. Now I'm thinking they keep the ball on the ground here. I mean, obviously they could pass the ball. They've had some success with it in the second half, but you could force Blue Springs maybe to call on those timeouts, and you keep the clock rolling if they don't. Now still 4 receiver set. Blue Springs is still pressing up. This might be holding on one of the Park Hill offensive linemen. It looked like he tackled one of the Blue Springs defensive linemen. And that's best case scenario for Blue Springs. I mean, you have them pinned up deep. Maybe try to go after this ball here, get a block. If not, I mean, you have your return man right now standing at the Park Hill 40-yard line. So you're going to have a chance to get some good field position and potentially get a quick strike which is what you need with 5 minutes to go. You need that quick score, and then maybe, get the onside kick or the 3 and out. Yeah, now if I'm Blue Springs here, they tried this on the drive before. Park Hill's been playing a little more zone. That middle of the field's been open between the linebacker and the safety, right over that, distance between the two over the middle of the field. So maybe try to hit that. You have right about enough room here where, you can get a, 15, 20-yard strike, and then you're, inside the 15, inside the 10. That's when you maybe try one of those fades or try to get the run game going. Oh, his man fell. Now, I'm surprised there's no pass interference because it looked like he was holding on him. Holding or pass interference. Wow. Because the defensive back, he slipped and fell, so he tried to make up for it by, grabbing onto him. Big no call there this late in the game. Now a little more up-tempo for him. No huddle here. Bunched up again. Maybe try a shot over the middle of the field. We're now 13 coming over. Yeah, late hit. This might be on Park Hill. And as we wait for the call, what they try to do with 13 coming in motion, you try to draw the attention of one of those corners or outside linebackers in the flats, and that leaves the middle open, which is what they hit there. Looked like it might have been something after the play or after the tackle. So this is big. They're going to... Now here we go. This game gets a little interesting. First and goal. Last time they were here, they tried a fade route on this near side of the field. And now we're going to get a timeout. Ooh, that's a close one.
North Kansas, previously undefeated North Kansas City. Bringing with a 29-23 lead against Platte County. Smithville rolling all over Kearney, 34-0. Run over another big battle. Lincoln Prep 35, Summit Christian 21. St. James trails Blue Valley North 17-14. In our game, our radio game of the week, Blue Valley with a 10-7 win over Blue Valley West. Kind of an interesting, intriguing matchup that was. With both teams sitting about the 5-6 spots in the Kansas Class 6A race. back here, 4:04 to play. First down and goal from the 9. First time in goal-to-go territory.
They try to fade. They have him.
It's going to be
Oh, intercepted.
intercepted.
Wow.
Antonio McCullough with the pick.
And what's crazy is he had him, but if he would have waited just a second longer, he may have been able to, or maybe even a little higher, he would have been able to get that over him. Big play once again coming up from this Park Hill defense.
Park Hill football from the 20-yard line now. First pick thrown by, second pick thrown by Don Harkness.
But man, you know, what a killer. Back-to-back possessions. You're this deep inside Park Hill territory, and you come away with 0 points. I mean, there's a reason why this Park Hill defense, they're considered the best in the metro area. It's because when they need to get stops, they make them. Now probably going to see the run game get going here. There's something going on. Well, see, I thought that police car was there to direct traffic after the game, but I mean, there's ambulances and fire trucks coming. Hopefully, what's ever going on, hopefully they're all right. And man, I mean, biggest run of the night, and just a great job by the offensive line getting that middle of the field open. Then after that, it was all him, making a man miss and keeping it going. And what a great time to come alive. I mean, when you need your running backs, when you need your guys to continue to pick up yardage, continue to pick up first down, you know, keep that drive going, keep that clock rolling. This might be Park Hill's, so far, one of their best drives so far tonight, just the way they've been able to run the ball at will over Blue Springs. Yeah. Play clock at 7. Maybe run over to that far side of the field. Oh, they're going to pass it. Yeah, you know, I don't know about that play call there. I mean, obviously the clock stops. I think what they were trying to do is expecting that they would get a pass interference call or something to give them a first down, maybe put this game away for good. But now if you're Blue Springs, you get a stop here, you call a timeout, at least you have a shot. Oh, no.
That's going to be, that should be,
oh.
Should have been a fumble. That pass was directly backwards, but it's incomplete, 4th down.
Again, I don't know about that. I mean, because that was an extremely dangerous pass. That, it looked like the corner. He almost jumped the route. He could have, yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the corner almost jumped him.
He almost took that to the house. Talk about a change in the game.
So 4th down and 3, they've got troops here to the near side. They're not going to go for this right. Timeout, Coach Josh Hood.
Yeah, I don't know about these last 2 play calls. Back-to-back passes, risky passes at that. Could have just kept that clock rolling, and now with 1:49 to go, if you're Blue Springs, you get a stop, and it's not impossible for you to come back.
I'd like to thank the Chris Hot staff, Jake Petrosky, on the board, Rusty Tillman, taking the chickens off, Victor Bendis on the scoreboard.
And so with a win here, like we said earlier, if you're just tuning in, Park Hill, not only would they clinch the Suburban Gold Conference Championship, but also the second seed in Class 6 District 4. And if you're a Park Hill fan tuning in, it's looking like the projected opponent that Park Hill will play in the first round is Liberty.
Yeah, that's what it looks like with the rematch with the Blue Jays from earlier in the year.
Park Hill dominated that first one. It was bad.
So, Park Hill looks like possibly have it back here next Friday night. So now punt formation, Anthony Hall the punter. Gets it away along that punt.
Do we have a Rockbridge update? Because for Blue Springs fans,
Rockhurst won big over Jeff City too, 37-19.
so Blue Springs is still going to play Rockbridge, but depending on the outcome of the Rockbridge game, I mean,
Blue Springs should host next Friday night against Rockbridge, no matter what, with their record being 2 games better. And they're going to roll out up the field, short pass. Second down after loss of a yard on the pass.
that's big because he didn't pick up the first down, so now that clock continues to roll, and now they have to burn their final timeout. So Platte County, they're still losing to Grandview 29-23. That's big. If you're a small school fan, Smithville ends up beating Kearney. There's some dangerous teams in that Suburban Blue division. I mean, that was, kind of outside of Raytown South. I mean, Grandview looked good this year, obviously. Winnetonka, they were improving. And, Grain Valley, they had a good season defeating Kearney. They have a shot to win Class 4 District 7. And like you said, Class 6 District 4, it's so wide open. Especially considering the fact basically the entire district you play is also the conference. So, and it's really hard to beat a team twice in one season, especially with how balanced these teams are. Oh, he didn't get it. Incomplete.
Victory. Park Hill advances to 7-2 on the year and go 5-0 in the Suburban Gold. Blue Springs, with this loss, will drop to 5-4 on the year. We'll have to wait until this evening to get the official next week or not, but my guess is there will be a game in Blue Springs next Friday night as the Wildcats will host more than likely Rockbridge, depending on what goes on in the rest of that district. Victory Formation Hall takes the snap.
Yeah. So the projected districts for Blue Springs and Park Hill: Class 6, District 2, Fort Zumwalt West, Holt, Troy Buchanan, Blue Springs at 4, Rockbridge at 5, and then Hickman, Blue Springs South, and Timberland. And then for District 4, Liberty North, I believe they held on to win. I mean, regardless, they had the first seed. And then Park Hill winning this game, even though Ray Peck won, even though Ray Peck was ahead, they won the tiebreaker. So now Park Hill is second, Ray Peck at third, Rockhurst at fourth, Lee Summit North at 5, and Lee Summit West at 6. Once again, because of a tiebreaker rule, North is ahead of South, and then Liberty is ahead of Lee Summit, who is the 7th and 8th seeds, respectively. So how about that?
So that will pretty much do it here from Park Hill High School. Park Hill closes out the season with a victory, 12-0 over Blue Springs. A big victory, and it looks like they will have at least one more game, if not 2 more games next year. Depending on what happens in districts, we'll know more exactly what happens. If you'd like to see like the district seedings and everything as we go, check out 810varsity.com tomorrow. More than likely tomorrow on Sunday, you'll see who everybody's playing in the Kansas City area. It'll be it'll be fun. Starting next Friday night, you start eliminating teams from contention for a state title.
Beginning on the second season.
Everybody has a chance. Like you said, this is the second season. Everybody has a chance starting next week. So, for Noah, for me, Nate, check out 810varsity.com this weekend to see what district pairings look like officially. And so, we'll talk to you guys again next week or the next couple weeks. And thank you for joining us tonight, and we will be seeing you on the other side.